Reports. Let's go over the different type of reports and kind of the objective behind each one of them. The main idea is you're always consolidating data. So we start off doing a daily report, and after a week of doing those, we collect all those daily reports and put all that information into a weekly report. Now, after we do several weekly reports, we then put that information into a monthly and so on and so forth. A larger report is going to be done every quarter or at the start of each year. The trade report, this information will go into pretty much every one of the reports. Let's go over each one of these. The trade report is going to basically be all the information you're going to collect on any trade. It's going to like the setup, the planning, the management, and the review. Answering questions like, why did you take this trade? How did you manage it? And the big one, what did you learn from this trade? The daily report will contain basically a market study and a quick update on what's going on with the account and portfolio, making sure a game plan is in place and explaining the management, whatever you ended up doing there, as well as new trades. The idea is we want to understand what's going on with the market, what we're doing with our portfolio, and what our general game plan is. The weekly report is basically a bigger version of the daily report. The big aspects that change is we do a review of last week. That's a critical part, as well as setting goals for the coming week. This is something we want to do once a week and really just step back and say, what happened last week and are we close to reaching these goals? Then you're going to go through the same process as you would in a daily report. On a weekly report, a lot of times I do look at larger time frames like weekly charts and basically come up with the question, what's the game plan for next week? The monthly report really tries to kind of take a bigger look at things. What happened over the month, a big view of what's going on with the account and the portfolios, what's going on with the trades, were there any standouts, what happened, and setting larger term goals from a monthly standpoint. Really just asking, what happened, how am I doing on things, and what is the game plan for next month? Larger reports, like I said, will be done on a quarterly and a yearly basis. And this is kind of a big sit down where you really review over everything and say, what is going on? The big questions you want to be able to answer is, where are you currently at? Where do you want to go? And how do you plan on getting there? So this is where you're going to review the last entire quarter or year. Look at the account, the portfolio, study each of your strategies, review all the trades. And this is a great time to stop and review your business plan. Make some updates if you need to, but just look things over and make sure everything is still the way you want it. And here we can set some big goals like quarterly or yearly. The main idea here is to really stop and take a good view of your business and see what's going on and where you want to take it. Let's hop over to the notebook and see how I'm going to be doing this for the project. So I'm going to have a few of these reports to do. And so what I'm going to do is set up a little system that I'm going to do for all the reports. So it's kind of a consistent deal for me. Each report is going to have basically 3 components. You're going to have a routine, which is a layout of steps that need to be accomplished, questions, and these are questions that need to be answered in the summary, the key points you really want to understand on whatever that topic is. And then there's going to be a template that I keep in OneNote, and it is going to be a place I collect all the information on any of these reports. So the routine and questions are going to be printed out and put into my manual. And so again, the idea behind the manual is right when I'm working, I will open up that manual and have it right next to me working all the time. And so as I'm doing one of these reports, I open it up to that report and I will have the routine on the left here, showing me which steps I need to take and what actions I need to do, as well as on the left, or on the right, I'll have the questions I need to be answering during the summary phase. So these questions in the routine are right in front of me as I'm working. And then again, I'll have a template which is going to hold all the information for that report. Now, all my summaries will be recorded in a video. The main idea here is we want to start small and add to stuff. As you get up and running, we want to make sure we build a habit. That's really the primary goal. And so we're going to start things off kind of small, get us used to the habit, and then we will be adding things later on. There will be more work to do during these reports. But I just don't want to, make it overbearing here as I'm starting. And the key is to remember the primary goal is to build the habit of doing these reports.